Hey, top of the morning, guys. Top of the morning. It's Wednesday and it's hump day. It's Wednesday's version of Treadmill Motivation with your boy Eminem. We're continuing our talk about 7 steps, 7 things to remember when people don't support you. 7 things you really need, what's happening? 7 things you really need to be mindful of when people do not support you. But think about it. Whether they support you or not, you've succeeded. Whether you have anybody in your corner or not, you've been successful. Whether anybody got on the train with you, you still rode it to success. How about that? How about that? 7 things to remember. Now, I talked about early on in the week, on Monday, I talked about, Renee, how are you? I talked about what this young man, this young entrepreneur, and I'm going to tell you a little more about him as we go along in the week. But Teddy Roosevelt, there was a quote that Teddy Roosevelt said that I thought was very, very good. And it's very, I say, prolific, because he says, I care not what others think of what I do. Hear him when he says this. I care not what others think of what I do, but I care very much about what I think of what I do. He says that is character. So it's important not to think about what others think you ought to do or what you're doing, but what's important is what you think about yourself and what you think about what you do. That's the bottom line, is what you think and how you feel about what you're doing. And I always say that if you're doing something that's positive, if you're doing something that's going to be a better good or a greater good, whether it's in your home, in your personal life, in your neighborhood, in your community, in your church, in your business, if it's positive and it's bringing about a positive result, why do you care whether someone supports you or not? I know, because we all enjoy people patting us on the back. We all enjoy people saying that they're with us. We all enjoy hearing, I'm with you, man. I'm with you, girl. I'm with you, woman. I'm with you, homie. You know, all of that. We love to hear all of that. But when the silence is deafening, when you don't hear those encouraging words, when you don't hear people telling you how great you are, how wonderful you are, how do you feel? How do you feel? Now, before we get into this, remember, share this out with your friends. Share it out with your loved ones. And especially share it with those that you don't get along with. Right? It's always my motto. Share, 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 share. Let them know Eminem is on and we about to crack this thing. 7 things to remember when people don't support you. We talked about 2 of them on Monday. We talked about your passion is a priority. What you're passionate about, it should be a priority in your life. And we talked about that on Monday. Well, I'll wrap this up on Friday, so I'm just going to do just a quick highlight on what we talked about on Monday. And number 2 was life is short. And we all understand that concept, that life is short. So we need to get in as much as we can with the time that we have left on this planet. We don't know when we have to punch our clock. But while we're here yet working, whether it's in business or in ministry, you need to get busy. Be about your focus. Be about your vision. Be about building. Be about uplifting. Be about supporting others. Be about encouraging others. Be about just doing something different in your life that's going to bring about something. Bring about, bring about a permanent stamp on your life of success. So when people look back at your life, they can say, wow, I remember, they did this and they did that. Oh man, they were institutional in this and setting up that and setting that. You want to leave a positive legacy behind you. What's up, Sean? Good to see you, man. You want to leave a positive legacy. You don't want to leave a legacy of what ifs. You don't want to leave a legacy of I should have. You don't want to leave a legacy of, man, I really needed, or I wanted, or I should have, or I should have, or could have. No, you don't want to leave that legacy. You want to leave a legacy to where people are looking back at the accomplishments of what you've done in your life that have helped those that are around your life. So that was number 2. Now, today, we're going to be talking about number 3. Others may not fully understand. Others may not fully understand. People who don't support you and discourage you may not actually be bad people. And they're not really those people. Hey, Vanessa, how are you? They might not be those people that are looking to discourage you purposely, but it just happens. But when you look at these people, are they really bad people? Are they really people that are out to hurt you and really discourage you? Some, yes, but not everyone are out to hurt you. Not everyone is looking to discourage you. Not everyone is looking to hurt you. So they're not intentionally out to destroy your dreams. They might say something that hurts your feelings. They might say something that, make you think twice about your dream, think twice about your goal, think twice about your plans. But how do you know that they're not a messenger to get you to think more prolifically about your dream and your goals? They trigger something in you that makes you go, let me rethink this. Not in a way to discourage you to not do it, but in a way to encourage you to think more about what you're doing. Have you planned strategically? Have you planned it out? Have you sat down and drawn out the plans completely? Have you sat down and written out everything in your mind on paper? See, those are some of the people in your lives that you need to buffer you in a positive way. Those are people that you need in your life that will push you in the right direction instead of pushing you off the road of success. Instead of pulling you back from your destiny, you need people that will push you towards your destiny and push you within greatness. That's the kind of people you need to be around. I married one of those. She pushes me to greatness. She pushes me to the limits, not in a negative way, but she pushes me to think outside the box. Christine pushes me to think about what we're getting ready to do, what we want to do, and what we are going to accomplish. That's why I love her so much, because she is such a driving force in my life. And those are the type of people that you need in your life. A driving force. Those that will drive you, not to crazy insanity, but will drive you to success. That will drive you to a limit that others are fearful of going. Sometimes people just don't understand why you do what you do. So what they do, they voice out their concerns, which may seem dissenting while they're saying it. But the thing is, it sounds good in their own minds. But I say that certain things that are rolling around in a lot of people's minds may sound good to them, should not be allowed out. Some of those comments that's rolling around in their head shouldn't be allowed out. Some of the words that people say rolling around in their head shouldn't be allowed out. Should be locked up and kept up in their mind, because once it comes out, it's out there, because there's life and death in the tongue. So whatever they say, and if you accept it, you're receiving that, man, it can either kill you or it can make you grow. So a lot of things that people say, sometimes it's out of the goodness of their heart. They mean well. They don't mean to sound like knuckleheads. They don't mean to sound like busters. They're just thinking in their own minds where they are in life right now. Okay, this is why it's important for you to listen and be around people that are more creative in their thinking than you are, people that are more educated than you are. Hello, people that are more successful than you are, because when they speak, there's a difference in quality of what they say than those that's not reading, those that are not successful, those that are complaining, those that are always looking at the negative side of life, right? Those that are pessimistic in life. You don't want to be around that type of atmosphere too long, because the longer you stay in that atmosphere, you become that atmosphere. You become a byproduct of that negative atmosphere. And you want to produce good fruit. You want to produce good harvest. So you need to be around professional farmers. You want to be around professional folk that sow good seeds into your life. You want to be around people that's sowing positive seeds in your life. What are we doing? Treadmill Motivation. It's all about me planting seeds into your life. There's things that you agree with. There's things that you won't agree with. That's just all a part of it. And I'm good with that. I'm okay with that. Eat the whole chicken, spit the bones out. So whatever you can use that to your better good. Share it with someone. Help someone, uplift someone, encourage someone. Take it for what you need. It's like vitamins. There's a lot of vitamins that taste nasty, but the end result is it helps you. It helps you. So there's a lot of things that I might say that you look at and tilt your head and go, what? And then there's some things you'd be like, yeah, that's what I needed right here. I needed that today. So there's things that I really try to personally not take to heart when people discourage me. That's all a part of eating the whole chicken, spitting out the bones. So I try not to take it too personal when people discourage me, because people are going to discourage you. Knowingly and unknowingly, they're going to discourage you. It's just how you perceive it, how you take it, how you receive it, and how you take it into your mindset and what you do with it. So I see it as they need a little education. They need a little explanation. Some people call it justification or justifying. And you should never, hear me on this. My wife had to tell me this. Even though we hear it over the years, but it's not until a prophetic moment comes in your mind, or comes in your moment, comes in your time, comes in your space, that you all of a sudden go, you know what? You're absolutely right. That totally makes sense. Instead of sitting there going, I already knew it, but you didn't put it into action. Instead of taking that type of attitude, I already knew that. Why don't you just sit there and be quiet and go, you're right. You're absolutely correct. And I'm going to take middle note of that. And then that's where change comes. Because now you're stepping out of your own wizardry. You're stepping out of your own brilliance. You're stepping out of your own professionalism. You're stepping out of your own greatness. And now you're being humble because you're accepting what someone else is telling you in order for you to be better and for order for you to do better. Take it in stride. Take it with a grain of salt. Don't be so quick to be hostile when someone tries to encourage you. Now, you need to be wise in what you hear and decipher what the message really is. Are they encouraging you for a better good, a greater good, or are they encouraging you in a way because now they don't want you to be successful? Are they encouraging, or what they consider encouragement, words of wisdom, in a way that they're not creative enough to take on that task, or they're not bold enough to step out, or they're not in a position, to try new things. So what they do is, because you've asked them for their opinion, you've asked them, for their advice, and then when it comes, it's like, you know what? I appreciate your opinion. I appreciate your words of wisdom. and just take it as that and leave it. You don't have to sit there and go, I don't agree with what you say. I don't agree with that. I'm going to do whatever I want to do. No. Be humble and submissive and go, thank you, I appreciate that. You don't have to accept it. You don't have to agree, at least not audibly. Just in your mind, you can look at them like, this person's crazy, or they really don't know what they're talking about. So take it in stride, take it with wisdom, little understanding. Ask God for wisdom, understanding, intellect, knowledge. Those are the things that I pray for. I pray that God gives me more wisdom. God gives me more understanding. God gives me knowledge. And God gives me intellect. Those are the 4 things that I pray about. Besides other things, but those are on top of the list. Because in order to be an effective leader, whether in business or in ministry, you need wisdom. You need understanding. You need discernment. You need knowledge. These are the things that are the foundations of a great leader. Anytime you see a leader that don't have knowledge, don't have wisdom, don't have understanding, and don't have intellect, that's not a good leader. You better run. Do they have a good vision? So I don't allow people to get me all down, get me all upset, get me all frustrated. I used to when they try to discourage me or they try to give me self-analysis wisdom. Whatever. So you should never justify your decision with an unbeliever. Now take that naturally and spiritually. Don't justify yourself with an unbeliever. Let's look at natural. Those that don't believe in your goal, those that don't believe in your dreams, those that don't believe in your happiness, those that don't believe that where you're going is going to be prosperous. That's an unbeliever. In a spiritual world, unbelievers, those that don't have any faith in Christ, those that don't believe in the Bible, those that don't walk by faith, those that don't believe in God, or you can have a Christian atheist, those that talk salvation but don't live it. I'm pause right there. Let you marinate on that. Christian atheists, they talk faith but they don't walk faith. They talk deliverance but then they turn around and say, I got problems. I got problems. Right? That's what I call Christian atheists. Those that talk it, but they don't walk it. They mean well, they mean good. It's like this. Anytime you consider yourself a child of God or a Christian, what is a Christian? Someone that is Christ-like, okay? Anytime you put yourself out there and you proclaim that over your life, and then you get upset, and then you start dropping F-bombs. You call somebody a colorful vernacular word. You at that moment are a Christian atheist. Because you say that you're godly. We say that we love God, and I'm sure we do. I'm sure you do. I'm not disputing that. However, if your actions are proving to be not worthy of what your testimony is, you need to sit down and shut up. You need to be quiet. You need to shut it down for a little while until you get the mindset of, would Jesus really say this word? Would God be pleased with the F-bomb? Would he really be pleased with me telling someone to go to hell, even though it's a real place? Now, I know many of you have told people to go to hell, right? It's a real place. It's not a curse word. Go to hell. That's a real place. Whether you believe it or not, read the Bible. It's a real place. However, when you as a Christian, I don't know, somebody must need this. When you as a Christian, a child of God, start dropping F-bombs, right? People are looking at you like, is that what it takes to be a Christian? I don't need to be a Christian because I'm already dropping F-bombs. I don't need to be like that. I don't need to go to church. Shoot, I don't need to go to church. What do I need to go to church for? They in the club with me. They cursing just like I curse. What do I need to go to church for? We can just Get it right here, baby. But whatever comes out of your mouth, the Bible says, and we can look these scriptures up later and post them later, but the Bible says it's not what goes in that defiles a man, but it's what comes out that defiles. So we need to be mindful of what comes out of our mouths. Is it going to uplift anyone? Is it going to encourage anyone? Is it going to bless someone? Or are you moving in the emotions of your present feelings? Pamela, how are you, dear? God bless you. Are you moving in the emotions of the way you feel at that present moment? This is why it's important to take a pause. In music, is take a beat. Take a pause. Think about what you're getting ready to say. My dad used to tell us, taste your words before you let them pass your lips. Okay? Now we're talking about 7 things to remember when people don't support you. Well, I kind of got off the beaten path, but I felt led to share that as a part of us justifying our decisions with unbelievers. You don't need to do that. They don't believe in what you do. They don't believe in what you say. They don't believe, that you're going to be successful. Stop justifying. Just go on about your business. Oh my goodness. So those that don't support you, or sometimes the best thing to do is just ignore them. You don't have to be rude about it. Just ignore them. So if anything, since they don't fully understand, this is what we're talking about. They really don't understand. Since they don't fully understand where you're going, what you're doing, why you're doing it, how you're doing it, how you're able to do it, what gave you the power or the authority to do what you do, they're not going to fully understand that. It may be more about them than it is about you. Think about it. Maybe more about them than it really is about you. Because people that don't understand what you're doing is because they really are fearful of trying something new. They're fearful of trying something different. They're fearful of getting out of their comfort box. So this is why when you start a new business venture, when you start a new ministry, when you start a new book, when you go back to school, whatever it is, and people don't fully understand you, it's because they are in a place of complacency, mediocrity. Mediocrity says, I'm not going to. Mediocrity says, I'm very comfortable, thank you. Mediocrity says, no, thank you. I'm good right where I am. But you, because you are a creative and innovative thinker, and you're constantly thinking of new ways to better your life in business and in ministry, you will try new things. You will risk certain things. In order to be successful, you need to take risks. Every professional, in whatever capacity that they're in, they took some type of risk in order to be at the top of their game. What are you willing to risk to be at the top of your game? Are you willing to risk losing some friends? Are you willing to risk losing some family members? Are you willing to risk your mate not following you? Oh, that brings it home, don't it? If your mate doesn't follow you, if your mate doesn't encourage you, if your mate doesn't understand, don't get upset. Don't get mad. Right? Just keep working in the background. Keep working in the background. And then when that business vision starts to take off and you start making more money, they're like, wow, I noticed that our bank account is growing. Really? How is that? Well, babe, remember, some months ago when you said you didn't agree with what I was getting into, you didn't think that it was going to work. You felt that it was going to be too much of a sacrifice. You felt that if I did it, you weren't going to support me. Well, I prayed about it. I sought God on it. I listened to the word of God. And through that, I got the confidence, even though that you didn't agree. I didn't bring it to you anymore. I didn't talk about it anymore. I just allowed God to do what he was going to do. You know, you don't have to be arrogant about it. You don't have to be cocky about it. Stop talking about it. Don't do anything in front of them. It's not that you're keeping it secret, but you're building a lifestyle that they will eventually love. They'll come around, truly. Now, if it is, let's back up. If it is something negative, if it is something that's detrimental to the household financially, you're making unwise decisions. You're just making decisions off the top of your head all by yourself without consulting your mate. Now you're going to have a problem. You need to stop. Back it up. And remember that you guys are one. Even though they're two, you're one. My wife, man, she brings all types of creative ideas to the table. Sometimes I look, I go, man, where you get that from? That's good, right? You know, I'm not so much a man that I'm, have all this ego about, I'm the man. I should make all the decisions. I should be the one that has all the creative ideas. No, sometimes God uses the weaker vessel to be the strong one at that particular time. She has all types of ideas. And I just listen because they're great ideas. You know, there's things that we want to do in our lives, in our ministry. You know, she wants to, now she texts me because, I'm in San Diego getting this house ready to, move all my stuff up to where, she is. But she's up there, so we've been apart, all week. And it's hard, man, it's hard. But, she texts me and says, there's an idea I have. I'm like, great, what's your idea? And she shares those ideas with me. I'm like, ooh, dang, that's good. Ooh, I wish I could have came up with that, right? And I'm like, yo, baby, whatever you want to do, whatever you think, we'll talk about it. We'll rationalize it. We'll sit down and we'll plan. We'll pray about it. We'll seek God, and we'll just move forward. See that? Did you catch the last part of that? And we'll move forward. Not, let's pray about it and don't do nothing. Oh, that's why you're not going nowhere. You're still praying about it. You've prayed for years that God would, send you someone that will encourage you. Or you've prayed that an opportunity would open up for you to make more income. And then when it comes, God is saying, okay, I'm going to open this door. They've been faithful. They've been praying, seeking me. I think it's time to bless them. Open that door opportunity. And then when it comes in a way that you don't expect, you go, I think I'm going to pray about it. I think I need to pray about it. What? Wait, what have you been doing? You've been praying and God is saying this is it. But because your mindset is so clouded and foggy, you can't really hear that this is what God has for you. So now you start doubting. You start contemplating in your mind, is this really God? Is this really God? Try it out and see. What do you have to lose? Nothing, but you have everything to gain. So, we don't have to get upset with people that don't understand us. We don't have to get mad at those that disagree with us. No, don't get mad. Don't get upset. It's okay. Truly, trust me, it's okay. You'll be all right. Number 4, sometimes others are insecure. That's true, isn't it? Sometimes others, now I didn't say you, I said others. Because I know for a fact, you and me, we can be kind of insecure about some things. Now it's sad that a man is so insecure with himself that he wrecks his relationship. It's a terrible thing that a woman is so insecure with herself that she ruins a good relationship. Goes both ways. But there are times that people that are around you that are insecure. Sometimes when people don't support what you're doing, it may be more about them, as I said earlier, than it is about you. So you have to really analyze why it is that they're upset with you? Is it really you? Or is it with their non-productiveness in their life? Is it that they're upset with their mediocrity? Is it that their methodology in life is so negative that now when they have a close friend, you, close family member, you, come along with a creative method and a creative idea, they're like so mad at themselves, now they mad at you. It could be plain ignorance on their part, or even jealousy, the reason why they're upset or insecure because of you. But some people tend to attack things that are new to them. People will attack things that are new to them. You have to feed people with baby food first about a new idea. Don't just start throwing T-bone steaks on the table and go, bam, there it is. That's my idea. No, spoon feed these people little by little about your ideas, about the concepts that you have in business, in ministry, what you want to do. So many people want to share everything because the idea is so fresh. The idea is so illuminating. You get so excited. You just want to go out there and throw up on everybody. And you know what they're going to say, right? Oh, here we go again. They on a mission. They out to save the world. They out to be a millionaire. They ain't going to be no millionaire. They done tried so many things before, it ain't going to work, right? You've heard that all before. So be wise and be careful about what you share with those that are in your inner circle. Have a few trusted warriors on your side. Those that you can sit down and strategize your battle plans with. So it could be their ignorance or their jealousy, the reason why they're insecure. But some people tend to attack you because they don't know what it is, what it's about, or it's new to them. And so what their motive operandi, their motive, their MO, is to attack it, to come against it, knowingly and unknowingly, is by what they say. And you hear what they say, whether it's negative or positive. And depending on who the person is, depends on how severe you accept that response from them. So again, don't take their words to heart, okay? Take everything with a grain of salt. If their criticism isn't constructive, we've all heard of that, constructive criticism. Sometimes constructive is very negative. It's for their own good and not yours. It's to tear you down and build them up. So be wary and be mindful of constructive criticism. So if their criticism isn't constructive in any way, they maybe discourage you because of their own fears and insecurities. So be careful with that, with constructive criticism, because most criticism really aren't, or really isn't, constructive. It's there to tear you down and mess you up. So be mindful of that. So we talked about 2 more steps, 2 more things to remember when people don't support you. Others may not understand. They might not fully understand what you're doing. They might not fully understand where you're going. They might not fully understand what you're saying. But you know what? That's okay. That's quite all right. And number 4, sometimes others are insecure. You have any insecure people around you? You have people that are around you that don't fully understand you? Time to stop. If you do, maybe you need to break out some positive medicine, positive pills. Give them a dose of positive juice. But remember, in these 7 steps, in these 7 things to remember, regardless of what people say, regardless if they support you or not, you can still be successful. Whether they support you or not, you have succeeded. You've gotten to a level in your life now that you can look back and go, wow, that journey was difficult, and I'm thankful. Robert, what's up, my brother? Good to see you, man. I'm already beat down, man. You're gonna have to come back on Friday. Get the conclusion to the whole matter. We talked about the two today. People may not fully understand, and other people may be insecure to you. But go back and watch the replay. Share this with your friends. Share it with your loved ones. Share it with those that you don't get along with. This has been your boy Eminem. I really appreciate you guys coming in today. But as I was saying, even though they don't support you, even though they don't stand behind you, you've already succeeded to a level of success that they're now thinking in the back of their mind, they might be onto something. They might have been right. So, as I alluded to in another episode 47 was, that we don't want to live in the what ifs. I was telling my wife yesterday, we were sharing some things about what we want to do and how we want to be successful and the ways we want to move forward. And I told her, I said, you know what? I have right now one of the biggest what ifs in my life financially right now. Right now. And I constantly kick myself. You know, we just heard that every 90 days, you come up with an idea that will totally revolutionize your way of life. Every 90 days, but we don't act on it. We don't move on it. So think about it. Every 90 days, you come up with an idea. Your mind thinks of a creative idea that can literally make you a millionaire. And here it is. Drop this bomb on you. Many of you can identify with it. It was Bitcoin. I was introduced to Bitcoin when Bitcoin first came out. And I'm talking about pennies. Pennies. And you know, you hear all this negative rhetoric about this new thing and that new thing. What did I do? I attacked it because it was new. I didn't fully understand. I was insecure with the growth potential. So what did I do? I didn't do nothing but watch it. And even in watching it, my mindset couldn't wrap around the growth that was happening. You remember that, Robert? Yeah, see, even Robert, my brother in North Carolina, says, I remember that, man. You told me about it and told me to invest. See? What ifs? Don't get mad at me. Don't hate me, brother. It was like when we were supposed to go in the army together and I decided, to go another route and you went ahead and went in the army. You still don't let me live that down because we both could have been retired in the military. Anyway. But yeah, Bitcoin was one of them. And look what Bitcoin is today. Over 10,000. Over 10,000. So many of you are in the same position of living that what if. We don't want to live no more what ifs, okay? You guys, we don't want to live what ifs, all right? Y'all need to hit me up. I'm not talking about Bitcoin, but I'm talking about something else that's going to be more precious than any other currency that we consider our safety zone, because it's not. Sean, I give you the credit for that website you sent me. I did some research. I did some, study on that. We need to talk, man. Yeah, so I can give you my thoughts on that like I had said I would. Denise, how you doing? So we can talk about that next move that's going to help us build for the next financial transfer of wealth. There's going to be a tremendous financial transfer of wealth coming. I'm not saying that I'm predicting anything. Nobody can predict the future. These are projections, but statistics and history don't lie. They don't lie. So that's my biggest what ifs today. Is what if I could have got in, you could have got in. What if we did? Okay, the $1,000 that I spent or I invested in something else 3 going on 4 years ago, just $1,000. If I would have invested, here's that what if I would have invested it in Bitcoin when it first came out. Just $1,000. Okay, 500. Oh, we don't even have to go that far. Let's say 250. Right? What would that be today? And I'm not going to be greedy. I would have cashed out, baby. I would have cashed out and then invested in something else tangible. You know, they're still running the gamut. They're still running the test. You know, the one good thing about Bitcoin is because the government can't track it. Yeah, I said it. The government right now, they're mad because they cannot track Bitcoin. And they want to track you by your currency. This is the only nation, hear me when I say this, this is the only nation that keeps a leash on its citizens when it comes to taxes. If you're in Canada, you move to another, or you go open a business in another country, you know, outside of the United States, you're not taxed there. You don't have to be taxed on Canada. What does U.S. do? You're a U.S. citizen. Say you want to open a business in another country, a foreign country. Well, not only do you pay the taxes on that foreign country, but the United States says, we're going to tax you because you're a United States citizen. So whatever you write off on that foreign currency, we're going to tax you and give you the difference. You see how we are supposed to be the land of the free? Are we really free? Think about it. See, we need to do more research. We need to do more thinking. We need to do more digging. Yeah, it did. See, this is why we need to understand fully of where we want to go in life. Understand fully of what you want to do in life. Everybody's not going to understand what I'm talking about. Everybody's not going to understand what we missed or what ifs. But don't allow another what if, guys. This is all that I'm saying. In the 7 things that we need to remember when people don't support us, don't be caught up in the what ifs. Don't be caught in the what ifs. Man, you don't want to look back years later and go, oh, what if? Like the Bitcoin era. Now, how many of you got $10,500 to invest in one coin? You see how hard it is now? You see how difficult it is? And see how crazy that sounds? Over $10,000 for one coin. Somebody do the math. $1,000. We're going to blow it away. I'm not going to talk about 100. Let's do 1,000. $1,000 at 1 cent or 1 Bitcoin. Okay? 1 Bitcoin cents, you know, per Bitcoin. 1 cent. Do the math. And then hit me up later and tell me what that number is. It's astronomical. It's astronomical. That is generational mind-blowing. That's called transition of wealth. That's transition of wealth. This has been your boy Mount Eminem. Thanks for coming in, guys. I look forward to seeing you on Friday. Share, 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 share. Share, 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 share. And did I say share? Share it out. We bless you. We pray for you. We anoint you. That whatever you do, that it will be blessed of God in a special way. All the ideas that you have, I pray that they are successful. Whatever you're working in right now, until your success happens, be faithful in it. Work in it diligently. Allow God to bless you where you are so you can accept the blessing that's coming, because it is coming. Receive what God has for you now. Not tomorrow, not yesterday, right now. Because what you get right now, you can bless tomorrow. I pray for you and your family. I encourage you in every way that I can. Thanks for coming in, guys. Follow me on episode, whether this is episode 48, episode 49 is coming up Friday. Well, we're going to finish this out. We're going to finish this out, guys. What we going to talk about on Friday? Let me tell you. I'll give you a clue. Number 6, or number 5. Number 5, remember anything is possible. That's what we're going to talk about on Friday. Yeah. Anything. Remember, anything is possible. Christine, baby girl, I love you, honey. Love you, baby. I thank God that you're in my life. I thank God that you are the revolutionary, creative move and that I needed in my life. I thank God that you're the spark, that you're the fire that ignites my life, ignites my heart. Love you, honey. Thank you for encouraging me. Thank you for lifting me up. Thank you for praying for me. Thank you for praying with me. Thank you for standing by me. We're about to do some things in God. People won't fully understand it, but you know what? Just like I said, it's okay. They're not going to receive what we're doing, and that's okay. They're not going to like what we're doing. That's okay. They're not going to agree with us. That's okay. Keep that mindset. It's okay. It's all right. Because you know what? It's not going to stop your success. It's not going to stop you from succeeding. It's only talk. It's only babble. Let them babble. It's all right. Because we want you in the end result to live, to hope, and to change. Love God. Love yourself. And by all means, love others. Appreciate you guys. Let's do it up big. We're getting ready to end this year. How are you going to end this year? We say this every year. You say it every year. You hear it every year. Don't go into the new year like you ended last year. And what do? We go into the new year just like we came out the old year. Well, try something new. Don't do it. Try your hardest to live up to the expectations that you have for yourself. Not others' expectations, but the expectation that you have. Live according to that. Live according to what the Word of God says, that through Christ you can do all things. We're going to talk about that Friday. All right, guys. I love you much. Love you much. And did I say I love you much? I do. Thanks again for coming in, spending some time with me. DJ Ministerial is definitely online right now, so you can go on Facebook, on my Facebook, and see the link for the link. It's www.lwmbroadcast.listen, my show. Go there. I'll be posting. You'll see it. It's ongoing almost 24 hours a day. So if you're at home, you're listening online, you're at work listening online, whatever, there's music playing. It's all music, guys, no talk. You get enough talk from the treadmill motivation. You get enough talk from everything else. All right? So let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. All right, guys. I'm out for now. I got to get cleaned up. I got to finish packing up. Got a couple more days and get all of this stuff up out of here so I can start on my new journey with my new wife, our new family, our new business, our new ministry, and our new transfer of wealth. All right, guys. We'll see you later. Peace.